Okay, I'm finally reviewing episode 4 of Arifureta, season 2. Man, guys, it took a while. No, I know it came out Thursday, but I was really tired. Then I went to review Shaman King Friday, but it came out super late. But I reviewed Saturday, so fine. I'll review Arifureta today. So it's finally here, and here we are. Now, watch this episode. Not much important things happen besides, a nice reunion and some other things that happen. And of course, some information dump that we knew, but it's being spread around to the other students, thanks to the teacher. One of the things I want to talk about before I really get into this episode is just a little tangent, a little pet peeve of mine. Something that is known for a lot of isekai that makes people just want to roll their eyes, like, oh my god, they're doing this? Okay, I can take the main character being OP. Fine, whatever. The main character usually wins most of the times in these kind of situations, even in old isekai. Most of the times. But the things I don't understand is maybe they explain it in the books, maybe they don't, is how Hajime is able to create these vehicles and weapons. Was he a I know he was an anime fan, but I know he was a military nut. Like that one chick from Nabu Gun. The chick who was a giant military nut. She always read magazines about guns and vehicles and stuff like that. Anything that's military technology related, she'd always read it. And so she knew the weakness of certain crafts when they were fighting as enemies. Makes sense. I'm not sure if Nagamo knows how to make an advanced submarine or a jeep or even all the guns he creates, even through magic. Does he know how to do it? He's in the show, just watching it, they show him automatically doing these things. So because of that, we're like, oh, he can do this. The question is, how does he know how to make this stuff? I've only read the manga. I haven't read the light novels, which I need to do. I think the final light novel is actually coming out soon. It already hit in Japan already in the sales, so I'm not sure. But it just doesn't make any sense that Nagamura knows how to do all this stuff. A lot of isekai do this. Normal high school or even salaryman who goes to another world and show they're overpowered, but they always end up having this way they know how to create all this technology. An average smart person like in a high university doesn't know how to create their average toaster. Hell, let alone a vacuum. So how does the other thing I never understood is how these people just know how to create technology they bring to the other world just to show how superior they are to everyone on that planet in a way. And this is one of the things that always got to me. Wise Man Grandchild did it, Dave's son did it, and a bunch of other isekais have done it, where these people who are normal. Hell, I'm even let Slime get away with it, where how Slime knows how to do so many things. Like the guy was just a programmer. Most programmers don't know how to do real world situations. So it's a pet peeve of mine where sure making them overpowered, but for them to know how to handle all this stuff is what kind of gets to me. Like how you do know how to do this, and even if you do game simulations themselves aren't real enough. You remember that time when people were trying to say, "Oh, Watch Dogs is teaching people how to hack into things, and all you do is press a button and stuff," or even you do Farm Simulator or stuff like that. It doesn't really teach you how to do the actual work and stuff, which I never understood. How even though they try to use that in these guys, they do that in isekais. Well, he's played these simulator games before, so he knows how to do this, and it's like, no, I know this is a weird tangent, but I think I'm up to here with it. I never ranted about it before, but it's always something that's been in the back of my mind, and I think it's just finally letting out loose on Arifureta, which I do enjoy. It's just that I don't like it when it comes to you can invent all these things, even though you're a below average person from the original world. It makes no sense. Maybe someone can correct me and tell me, oh, you've been reading up bad magazines, but even magazines will tell you so little about how they truly create these advanced technology, weapons, and ships and vehicles. It just, how? That's one of the things I never understood about it. And it's not just our Alberta, like I said before. And the next thing I want to talk about is the harem. I'm hoping the harem doesn't get too big. I'm actually wanting the harem to stay with the characters that you see right now. right now. Any more carrots to it, it just feels like an overtip. And when you have too much, it makes you wonder why you have to do it in the first place. Just have the chicks just on the bench or something. But I do like Nagamo, but some I don't like it when there's a harem and there's too many chicks in the harem because they don't have enough time to really flesh themselves out, to really be distinct and stuff like that. You're like, I'm just married. I read some isekai where the guy is with a lot of chicks and he had a lot of big harem. It's like it's ridiculous, you know. Like you only really remember the first ones that appear, but the ones later on is like they're just there. You know, and if you have too much of a space, the chicks themselves don't become truly special. Or they're just background chicks. And I hate when they do that. I know I stayed on this too long, but the only way I'm saying is because you'll see why I'm being onto this. And it's with when Hajime survived by creating a submarine, which I want to know how the hell he knew how to create that. Going through the lava, he's resting up. She's using Yui was using Shia's blood in order to, power themselves out there. So they're in a submarine resting for days. They got caught by the mer folks, and they get onto a seaport, and now they're waiting to meet the rest of them. And they finally found Miu's mother. And this woman, I guess some villagers, third world countries do that where you do something great for a chick or for a family, they offer you their daughter. Hell, in some stories where a guy completes a quest, the king will offer their daughter as payment and stuff like that. I know it sounds like BS, but that's true. Some people offer their daughters when a guy does something great for that family. But I'm not saying he did something great for her family, he did something great for her personally. She probably has nothing else left, so she's willing to marry this dude. But she is, now y'all want to talk about you and all that stuff, she is an adult woman with a child who looks like she's probably 6 or something, and so she's a MILF. She is a fucking MILF. The husband died about, what, 5 years ago? She is a fucking MILF. And don't get me started on the damn teacher. The teacher's bad enough the teacher looks like a child. No, she's getting hot from Nagamo too. Like, that is your student. Yo, bitches need to sit down. Like, dude, are you kidding me here? Really? Y'all trying to get this minor. By the way, because I don't want to be like that. Because minor. Okay? Hell, Yui is probably like years old too, so. Oh, man. Like, he just met this girl, and I understand that because, like, I just explained it to myself. I was thinking, please don't do this. Just let the daughter, travel with Nagamo, or he visits her time to time, or something like that. But don't do this relationship thing with her. Please don't do this. God, this is like, I'm praying that it don't become too big of a harem, because if it does, it really loses its value of the characters. And it's just God. And of course, the sensei shows up, by the way, towards the end, talking to one of the students. I can't say her names to save my life. And I'm talking about the student, the girl with the sword. Even though they said her name a couple of times in this episode, I just can't pronounce it. Shit. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Well, anyways, it's just like she was talking about how she was rescued and stuff by the kids and stuff, basic CPR. But still, for a teacher, how old are you, teacher? How old is Nagamo? Y'all old things need to sit down. Okay? Y'all need to sit down, okay? Stop going after this minor, okay? Don't maybe call the FBI on y'all people. But here it is. I understand Miu's mother. She is from that world, and that world's customs is very old tradition where a guy does do a good favor for someone, and if they have nothing left, they do offer up themselves as payment. I understand Miu's mother, despite how I'm like, really? But I understand. That's how it is like that. But the teacher is from their modern time. You already know. You like, well, there's no FBI in this world. Oh God, we gotta stop, man. We gotta stop while we are ahead, and we are far ahead. So, like I said, there are parts of the stuff that I did enjoy. But it's one of the things that just got to me, and it's not really Arifureta's fault that Nagumo knows how to create all these weapons and vehicles. It's just been piling up with numbers upon izakais, where these people who did nothing with inventing all of a sudden get to invent because they have powers. But I mean, you understand the structure of that thing. It always boggles my mind how some people who write isekai these days, and they don't really think about how you have your character be structured when it comes to your abilities and talents and gifts. He can do this, he can do that. That's cool, but how and why he can do that? You ever ask yourself that? They don't most of the times. They just write it because it's popular. They want their character to look so cool, which is cool. But it would be nice to add more backstory of what Nagumo did. They probably did in the books. They probably did. So that's why it's just that it's getting to me. For instance, Rudius from Mushoku Tensei, in the future of the books, he does try to create certain objects in that world, but he goes through trial and error. He doesn't just automatically just do it off the start. For instance, he's trying to find a way to do a Gatling gun. He doesn't do it by himself. He has other people help him to create this thing. They show it as time goes on, as he's creating. He's not just creating this magical circle and stone. He's, oh, I created this thing out of nothing. Well, he didn't create a thing out of nothing, Nagumo. He didn't. But at least Rudy's went through trial and errors when he was creating his stuff. From some atomic dolls to guns to armor to even the our modern world products he was trying to create. He did it through trial and error. It didn't always was successful at first. He kept on working on it, and he had people to help him on add on ideas. So there's that. This itself is just. I'm sorry I do this to you, Arifureta. It's not your fault. I'm just saying, it goes out to all the isekais that do this, man. It's just a pet peeve of mine. I think I'm ranting on it far too long. It should have been a video on its own. This is overshadowing the review. But what are you going to do? So anyway, that's all I got for the video. I am closing this down because Lord knows I can talk about this for hours and be ticked off. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Even though it was more rant than review. I hope you guys did. And if you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been the Madcrown on Anime. Signing out.